Howdy y'all, my name is Price. I'm coming at you with some more Be Happy. That's right, we're playing more Be Happy. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so really quickly, I'm starting out in here because I wanted to show you guys. I've upgraded some of these barrels because we were getting into an issue of having too many honeycombs. I now have maximum honeycombs, got 64 by 64. And so what I decided to do was I actually went and I put void upgrades on these, and I'll show you guys all these upgrade things real fast, just so you can get an idea of what these are. So in order to do this for an upgrade, let's pick one that's got kind of a lot. These guys kind of have a lot. First, what you have to do is, well, let me explain what the upgrade does. The void upgrade, once something reaches its max, and you can see this little void symbol right there, once it reaches its max stat size, it will then just start to delete excess items. Now, you know, that might be considered wasteful, but when you have 64 by 64, that ain't too bad. And if we wanted to, we could also upgrade the storage size of the barrels as well, but that's a little bit more expensive as you start to get higher up, and I kind of find the void upgrade, 64 stacks of anything is generally enough to do whatever you want with it, and eventually we'll be using things fast enough to where it probably shouldn't be that big of an effect. You also need, in order to put an upgrade onto a Java barrel, you need these little barrel upgrade things, so structural Mark 1 and Mark 2, because a void upgrade requires 2 upgrade slots. So what I'll do is I'll shift, right click, now it's got 1 upgrade slot. And then I'll shift and I'll right click again. It's got 2 upgrade slots, or it's got 3 rather, and then the void upgrade takes 2. So now, if I had I no longer have an upgrade on me because I used them all, but if I did, you would see that there is now a void symbol there, and there's now 1 upgrade slot left. So that's what I did. Now, let me look for Java upgrades. Here they are. So just to show you what they cost, you'll see we have, it's just wooden fences, easy, and then iron and fences. Again, easy. All stuff that we have plenty of. And then the void upgrade is pistons and obsidian. So the obsidian was the only thing that was kind of a stopgap for me, so that's why I didn't upgrade literally everything, because what I had to do was I basically had to take the igneous extruder, is that what it's called? I think it's the igneous extruder, set it to obsidian mode, and then I had to keep pumping it full of lava. So at the moment, it was kind of starting to take a little while. But eventually, probably between episodes, I'll get all of these to be in that same vein. And we'll do the same down here. Now you can also see I've got a couple of these with those barrels set up. Man, those piggy bees and the bovine bees, they produce so much stuff. I came back after, last episode when I was working on all that stuff, I came over here and I looked at the piggy bees and everything like that. They were full. They were 100% full. They had 3 stacks of each of the things that they produce. I mean, it was insane how much stuff they had in there. And so I quickly had to get the whole thing set up and get them into the system. And I also got the petroleum bees into the system as well. So we are currently all set up with the stuff that we worked on last time. So what we're going to work on today is we're going to do a little bit of work, and you can already see some of the changes that have been made. We're going to do a little bit of working on this. We're not going to fully worry about finishing everything. I did complete the back area, and it has a lot of stuff that we need to do on the inside. I should probably carry these little steps all the way around the edge, that kind of thing. And you can see I have the topiary going all the way around because in further researching the design, I realized that it does kind of cover the whole thing, which is cool, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then the other thing I want to work on is smeltery stuff, because it has been a bit since we produced smelteries, and actually making smelteries is going to be really useful for us. So I need to make grout, and so with grout what I need is I need clay. So what I need to be doing is taking all of these clay combs and running them through the centrifuge, I think is what this thing's called. Yeah, the centrifuge, getting as much clay as I can. Ooh, silky propolis, awesome. That's so we can make that the silky mesh and whatnot. So once I get a couple of sets of clay balls, and I should have a fair amount over here as well. Yeah, I got 2 stacks over here. We can then make a bunch of seared bricks, and I'd like to get a couple of smelteries up and running. Now, when I say that, a couple of smelteries, you're probably like, why do you need more than 1? Well, because we want to do the automated smeltery setup, what I'm going to want to have is actually have a whole bunch of very small smelteries, and then what we're going to do with those smelteries, let's get over here so we can get to bed. is each one of those will have one of the particular metals funneled into it. So there'll be like one smeltery for lead, one smeltery for copper, one smeltery for silver, etc. So that they can be constantly pumping through and always automatically producing either bars or blocks. And I'm not sure which one of those I would prefer to be being made. Blocks would be the most space efficient, whereas blocks would be the most space efficient, right? Because you can store more blocks, but it would also mean that we're always lagging behind, right? Because you're not going to get a block until you have 9 bars worth of stuff in a smeltery. Okay, so what else is new? Well, you can see, actually, I'll show you off. I got a little different skin on here. It's a little bit of a festive skin, and I'm not going to say much more about that. You'll probably find out on, I don't know, maybe the 18th of December. Hint, hint, hint. Now, I guess let's go ahead and get started. So another thing that I went ahead and did, as you might have seen when we were over there, I want to just get a little bit of this out of the way before we move on to working on the smelteries, is I went ahead and I built a lower level here. Also, there's all this wood here that I have been using in order to try and make sure that the leaves don't decay. And then in further reading upon it, I guess they changed that in one of the not so recent but recent patches, because I've been playing Minecraft for so long that I don't know all the changes that they've made over the years. Apparently, leaves no longer decay when they're placed by a player. Used to be that if you placed leaves without having wood somewhere near it, it would decay almost immediately. So I will no longer need to be doing that, and we'll probably just get rid of most of the wood that's in there. It's funny because I learned that after going through here, and you'll see I have these little guys here, these little kind of like little, what do you call those things? I keep wanting to say epaulets, but it's like that's on clothing. Anyway, little bumpy things, in order to hide the logs that were underneath them. And now they're not necessary, but because they're already here, I'll go ahead and do it on the other side as well, because I kind of like what it looks like. Okay, so here's something in the original design that we're going to be keeping, and it's actually kind of cool, is there's like a stairwell, like right around here that goes underneath the topiary. So I'm going to dig this part out, and then what we're actually going to end up doing is probably digging out this entire ceiling space eventually, because that is going to allow us to have a much taller basement, and that is kind of the structure of the actual place itself, is it has this kind of massive basement that is half below and half above the ground. So it's like a half basement. And so it is underneath the topiary, and it takes up this whole space. And then it's got the space that goes underground too, which I don't know. I just think that there's something really cool about that type of a design. So quickly, I just want to dig a little bit of this out in order to help make this. But like I said, I think that I probably won't do too much building related stuff on this episode, mostly because we did that last episode. It takes a long time, and I went ahead and did enough of it off camera already that I don't think it's going to add much if we do a more building focused episode. Now, do I want this to be 4 wide? Probably not. Let's make it 3 wide. Let's shrink it like this. Something like that. Okay. And then let's just do a little bit of this action. And a little bit of that, and then I just need to get some more stairs, and we should be golden. And we'll use the brick stairs. Do I have any on me? I have 3 on me. Not enough. Make a couple more and I should probably replace a lot of the cobble that is used here with the brick, which I think I will do again off camera. It'll be easier for me to do off camera because I often, when I'm recording and trying to build, I get really kind of sidetracked and I lose my focus and whatnot because I'm having to talk the whole time. But I think, yeah, instead of it being a cobble ground, it might be nice for this to be an all brick area. Maybe use some of like the chisel brick and stuff for some design elements, and then any of the cobble that would be exposed that you would see other than on the outside here, maybe we'll also replace with brick. So I'll probably knock out this whole roof area, and that'll make it a lot easier in like a nice big open space. And then underneath the this spot, we are going to be trying to build the elevators. Now I haven't looked into how to build them, but I do think it would be nice to have the elevators as our like main means of getting up and down here. And then what I could do is I could actually close these off so it is each one is a different floor, entirely enclosed. And then that would allow us to have a lot more space for machines and things. Because like I said before, here's this room, by the way. It's one big room right now. And I still need to do some window work and everything. And then on top of here is where the solar panels will probably go. I felt like that was going to be a good spot, and then the power cables can come in. And if that's going to be like a tiny attic, then it can really just be like a 2-high little attic, have the solar panels on top of this, have the wires come down and go through there, and then they can kind of go up. Well, what I'm thinking is we'll have kind of like a wire shaft that kind of goes up the side of the wall there, and then can have like access off into the rooms. I think that'll be cool. So we'll see how that goes, but that's that for now. And so I think that with all this, I'm not too worried about dealing with all that right now. What I would like to do more is, like I said, get the Smeltery stuff up and running. And this may be a shorter episode. Again, I am still dealing with end of the term stuff. It's almost over. And so I know that I missed an episode of Be Happy the other day. And that was just because I straight up could not. Oh, I meant to put you guys into the system. Whoops. Come here. Actually, I already left a spot for them and everything. Come here. And you go here. Perfect. All right, now all that stuff will start getting pumped out. And I know I missed an episode on the weekend, and I do apologize for that. It just came down to I was grading, and I had a deadline to meet because I'm grading for someone else this term, not for me. And so they were like, I need this stuff on Sunday night, and so that's when I would be recording it. I need this stuff by Sunday morning. So Saturday is when I record the episodes for Sunday. Anyway, long story short, I had to do that. And so I was like, I can't do a Be Happy episode because Be Happy episodes, whatever you see on camera, remember that it probably takes me about 3 or 4 times as long with all the setup and the stuff I do in between episodes in order to record an episode. So instead I recorded 20xEX, which you guys hopefully saw. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, please go check that out. Because that was one that I could literally just record and upload basically without any effort. All right, so all these guys are good. Let's check on our clay balls, and then I need to find how much sand and gravel do we have. We might not have a lot, and I remember there was some cool way that we could easily make gravel. I think it was netherrack we could make gravel. We have a couple stacks though, so that should give us enough to at least make some a fair amount of grout. So if we have 2 and 2, and then let me go ahead and grab some cobble and get it what do you call that, grinding? Is that what we have? It's a grinder, I think. Sawmill, maybe something that kind of macerates it all up for us, but it's not a macerator because that's not a forestry, it's an industrial craft thing. Is it the sawmill? Let's check. Are you full? No, okay, it just wasn't working, I guess because it was full on sawdust. So is it you that I use this on? No. Okay, so it is, what are you? Redstone furnace, igneous extruder, pulverizer, that's what it's called, pulverizer. All right, so we want to pulverize the cobblestone, and this turns into sand. Okay, and then I think it's stone. So I think what I need to do is I need to cook up some of this into stone, and I think that will pulverize into gravel, if I'm not mistaken. It's either that or netherrack. And so I'll double check on those. So let's make some of this stuff. Now clay, if I turn this into clay blocks, it'll allow me to make it a little bit quicker. So we'll just do a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. And now where is a crafting bench? So if I do that, and I think it was something like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we now have a fair amount of grout. And now let us put that into... Oh, the furnace is being used presently. Well, we're going to have to change that. Thank you for your service. And let's start getting some grout going in there. And let's just see, how many bricks does this make? Just makes 1 per? All right, so it's going to be a little bit. I would like to, while we're doing this, let us get rid of that. Do I have a torch on me? Just in case. No, this should be fine. What I want to do is I want to put a chest on top of that and have it auto-eject into the chest just to save a little bit of the internal space. So let's do that. Okay, I still need to go around and upgrade all the rest of my chests. You can see how scatterbrained I get and when it's right around the end of the term, because I'm just so focused on school stuff. It's just like, what else is there? All right, so if we go to the configuration, we set the roof to orange. It should start ejecting, I believe. Let's see. Yes, there we go. So now it starts to eject all those into there. So that's great. I would love to be able to automatically set this up to being filled with grout, but that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the grout in here, just so it's in the place it should be, and then we will we'll come back periodically to mess with that. So now we got cobblestone being made here. I could have it being making stone itself, but that drains the water, and I don't have a water source coming into it. We get a little bit of gravel off the side here. Let's put that in here as well, again, because it's all the building components. Now let me just quickly check this theory that I have. So stone, what does that pulverize into? Gravel, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here, and we're gonna set the roof to red. So whatever comes out of this guy is gonna go into there. Now we don't have a ton of stone on us at the moment, so we're just gonna have to wait on that. I think I might have some stone over there though. And the sun is starting to go down. So we're gonna let the grout keep going, and like I said, we're gonna keep coming back and forth to it in order to fix that. While we're waiting on that, let's quickly go to bed, and let me look at the quests that we got going on. Seems to me like this episode is gonna be a little bit of everything, not a lot of one thing kind of episode. But a lot of this stuff I'm gonna be able to finish between episodes. So what I'm hoping is that we'll get enough seared bricks by the end of this episode to just make one smeltery. And so that we can just show the process, so I can hook up some barrels and some nodes and things like that and kind of test it out to see if my theory works before I go massive scale. Because like I said, I want to have probably, I'm going to assume I'm going to want like 10 or 12 smithies underneath here. So that's going to take up a lot of space. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it all, but at the same time, I should be able to at least fit like something like 6 of them. And then maybe it'll be where I'll have like 6 that I have devoted to like the most common ores that we need, and then maybe I'll have like one bigger one that we use periodically with the other metals. We'll see what is the most feasible. It might be another thing where what we end up doing is we build a second basement in order to have more smithies. We'll see. We'll see how everything fits. It's one of those ones where like the more and more I realize all the stuff I want to do, the more I realize I don't have the space to accommodate it. All right, where is our... You know what? It's over here. It's over here. Wee! Hey! Oh, no! It was on me the whole time. I don't need y'all right now. I did this side to show y'all, but this side I did not complete. So I need to mirror everything all around this side. And again, that's a thing that I'll do on my own because I don't feel like wasting y'all's time with that. Now, let's see what are some quests. So this quest I never finished, and I really should finish these because we're going to get some diamonds. We're going to get some upgrades. We'll get some bees. Like, there ain't nothing hard about this. I just need to do it. And then what else do we have? Okay, the industrial factory, we're missing some quests, which is weird to me because I think we've completed most of these. Simmering combs, I guess we didn't, so maybe there's a little path down that we'll need to check. And then what's the help one? Cobblestone, manual submit, claim reward, just to get it out of the way. Now machinery. These are the ones that we're really interested in, right? So, skystone, coal would be nice. And then all these ones having to do with this would be nice. And then the dye bees. Those are the other ones. Actually, I think this is what I want to work on today. Just because I've been thinking lately. I'm like, I need these. We'll get some more flux ducts. That's going to be wonderful. And we'll also get some solar panels for some of these. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which ones are these? Solar panel 2s. Oh, those aren't as good as the ones that we already have. But look at all this power stuff that we get. I mean, this is... Solar panel 4s, we want those for sure. All right, we're going to do the dye bees. So I think it starts with red. So red colored honey drop we get from red colored combs, which come from red queens, which come from diligent and commons. Easy peasy. Let's get to breeding. Let's get to breeding. Let's get to breeding. Let's get to breeding. Let's... All right, what am I looking for? Oh, right, honeycombs. Let's see. Resources. No, we go to the store. So we're going to want commons and diligence. So what do I need for common? Oh, diligence, I'm going to have to go into my storage of bees. Commons we can get from regular honeycombs, which we have more than enough of. Manual submit, claim reward. Do they only cost 20 or 64? I think they might. I was trying to back out just so I can go into my inventory. Nope, they cost 128, so perfect. And then as far as diligence are concerned, let's go check our bee chest. Oh yeah, and one of y'all was suggesting I definitely need to make the apiarist suit. for sure. I also need to make the apiarist backpack, which we talked about last time is super easy. Where is my apiarist chest? It's over here, right? How many diligence we got going on? We got a couple diligence. You know, I don't want to waste them all, but we can do a couple. We have a queen. Maybe I should, while we are working on this, I'll just get one of these guys geneticed up and have it making some drones and things, just so that we are forward thinking. So let's quickly run you through the genetifier. Oh, there's some eldritches that we're supposed to go to y'all, I believe. Do you fit with them? You don't. We'll get rid of you. So we're going to genetify you, and then the other thing we wanted to do was we want to genetify, or we want to mix these guys together. So let's get this guy here, okay, and let's put you here. And those ones, I don't really care what the drones are because they will be fine that way. So let's take the queen, mix it with the common, get ourselves a red queen. Perfect. Hey, got a red queen. Now, this guy is gonna need to be also messed with, which I think we have a couple of empty. Yeah, this guy's empty. So I can take you. Oh no! Come on, man. You gotta mess with me like that. Oh, no. I've messed up. Let's do just a quick one of these to take that spot, and then let's take a quick, because I need this in the proper order. There we go. So then I should be able to quickly do that. Now, I got my thing. Let's put it up here in the testing zone. And this is where we will put our, actually, let's genetify it as well. Well, let's run it through the Beealyzer. Where's our Beealyzer? It's probably over by the thing, because why would I have it in the place I want it? Let's fill in some of our genetics labware as well. Got to be always forward thinking here. How you doing? Full enough. Okay. So let's go get our Beealyzer. Let's look at the stats on this red queen, and then let's look into what the next one is going to need in the quest log there. And let's check on our grout as well. So many little things to be doing. My goodness. So Beealyzer, first thing. Red queen, what you got? Short lifespan, fast production, slow pollination, flowers. I mean, honestly, other than the not having a 4x in producing of drones, I think they're fine. Let me look at it again. They might actually be just like, I don't want to mess with them. Because the having 4 times for the fertility is not a huge necessity. And if these guys already have a pretty solid genetics, then they'll already start to work right away. So we're just going to put you in there. Let's look at our extra upgrades that we got going on. Production, automation. Okay, those are the most important ones. And I think that what we need to do is we need to make ourselves some, what you call it? Gotta make ourselves some of the combs so we can get some of the dye so that we can complete the quest. But while we're waiting on that one, we can probably look into what they actually take in order to make the next ones. Colored honey. Open. So the next one we want to do is orange, yellow, pink. Pink colored honey. Okay, so let's look into orange. Recipe for orange is orange comb. Orange queen comes from a yellow princess and a red drone. So how do you get a yellow princess? Oh, so we have to do, it's like primary colors. You're mixing colors. So we need a modest and a diligent. So it looks like diligents are definitely going to be a necessity. So we want these guys going. And what we want with those guys is lifespan. Do I have any more lifespan upgrades? No, but one of y'all who I put back over here now probably does. Yeah, you got lifespan upgrades. We don't need crazy amounts of refined queens anymore. Y'all don't have... I'm so amazed. These guys, they produce so much stuff. It's insane. Now, for the diligent, let's get you on lifespan, because we would like to get more of y'all. But we've got some space for it. Now, modest, we can go and purchase up. Grout. Look at the grout. Do-do. Look at the grout. Not done. Do-do-do-do. Hey. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't a full stack. I want a full stack. Full stack, sucker. All right. Put that in there. So we only have that many stacks of that. That's fine. So we'll come back to that again in a little bit. Messing with it. Oh, we're already getting so far into this episode. I'm noticing the time. But we're going to at least complete something here. So I'm going to let that go for a little bit. We'll work a little bit more on these dye bees, and then we'll move forward. Maybe we'll try and get the blue and the yellow. So we have the basic primary colors. So we want blue comb as well. This is, okay, so this is something really interesting, and I'll get you to this in just a second. Oh, that makes sense. Blue-colored comb is what it is. Blue-colored comb comes from a blue queen, which is forest and diligent. Okay, gotcha. So let us do the resource quests for these guys. One is probably just honey. So go honey. Actually, they're probably both just honey. now I think about it, since they're hive bees. So let's go to the store, open, and we want a modest, manual submit, claim reward. And then we also want a forest, manual submit, claim reward. Boom, perfect. All right, and then do we have any extra? We have extra too, because these guys are such low-level hive bees. Okay, so clicking here to start. What am I doing? I need to just be doing the genetification. So we want forest and diligent, and that'll give us a growing queen. We'll have to look into what that is. We want our blue queen, and then we want a modest and a diligent as well. So modest and diligent, and that gives us a yellow. Okay, now let's look at how many of these do we have left. These guys are good. Okay, let us, I kind of just want to take them. Where can I put them where they're not going to be hooked up to the system? Are these guys not hooked up to the system? They're hooked up to the system. But if I put these guys here, they won't be hooked up to the system. So let's do that. Okay, now, blue, go there. And where's our yellow that we just made? Go. Are you working? Yeah, you're working. And yellow. And then I'd like to look around for some more of the upgrades that we can steal from the other guys and put them in there. The lifespan upgrades now are becoming... It's funny because remember, I feel like if you go back and look like 10 or 12 episodes ago, I talk about like, I don't need no lifespan upgrades. Who needs lifespan upgrades? And then now it's like, oh, I need friggin' lifespan upgrades. We're going to need to go sleep. Oh, it's a cloud. I was like, what the heck is that thing floating out there? We're all done on production upgrades too. I'll have to make some more of those. Those ones I think I can actually make. And I think I have been making them. But that's fine. So we're going to take some of your production upgrades. We're going to split them amongst your brethren. So let's give you these. I'm going to take half of that. And then we'll do this. And we'll also take half of that. So these guys will be producing a slightly slower rates. But we've got the basic primary colors for those bees. Click here to show quests again. Let's just once again look at colored honey. Open. And then we need, white and brown are the other two base ones it looks like. So white and brown. White colored comb. Comes from white bee, which comes from wintry. That makes sense. So then brown is probably going to come from like a marshy bee. I'm going to guess. Something like that. Tropical, of course. I wonder if marshy gives you anything. Because we're looking at all, that's all the different, what do you call them? Hive bees that we're talking about there. So let's go look at the grout. Let's get all the seared bricks that we have. Let's make some stuff and let's put together one smeltery. And then we're going to try to put together one of these automated setups that I want to do. Just again, as proof of concept. Boop, grab you. Okay. And then what else am I going to need? I'm going to need some, I think, Java barrels. I should have some stuff already made. All right, need some Java barrels, at least 2, I think. Then we're going to need, I'm going to have to end up making, honestly, for the first one, it might make more sense for me to use a, what do you call them? I'll use a basin instead of a ingot thing. All right, so then I'm going to need transfer nodes. I'm going to need some transfer pipes. I need a liquid transfer node, I think. Shoot, we don't have any lapis. Oh, so we might be unable to do the thing that I want to do because we don't have any lapis. If we just had like a tiny bit. Of lapis. But I mean, this is a bee that I've been. Hey, buddy, you don't have any lapis on you, do you? I mean, that would be super helpful if you did, but it's fine if you don't. I get it, man. I get it. Yeah, we don't have any lapis, so I guess that is going to be something that we'll have to do in another episode. But that's fine. I'll get to work on those lapis bees. Let's look at what the lapis bees require, because I know that they're not hard, and that'll definitely be something that I've been wanting to make them for a while. Anyways, I think I've said it a number of times, and just never got around to it. All right, lapis bee, where do you come from? Resilient plus Imperial, that's easy to do. I think we've made most of those things before. Let's go look in here and just see if we have any resilience lying around. Rocky. No, maybe not. But they're not hard to make. It's just you do Rockies plus commons and cultivateds all down the line, I believe. And it's pretty simple. So we'll work on that next time. We got our dye bees running. And I guess that'll just have to be that. That's unsatisfying. I'm sorry. It does look like I'm going to have to run you through a thing in order to get extra drones. Because I have a feeling if we look at the next sets of these, that they're going to... So let's say orange colored comb. I think if we look at this, it's probably going to end up being a yellow plus a red. Yeah. So I'm going to need to run these guys through the genetifiers in order to get them producing more drones, for sure. Nice. We're getting some more diligence, which is exactly what we wanted. I'll probably need to keep an eye on these guys to make sure that they're getting good genetics. And I'm going to keep this stuff running so that we can be sure to have enough seared stuff for next time. So a lot of what we talked about today is going to end up being, again, paying off in the next episode, I guess, because this is about as far as I can go today. I can't really push too far. Oh, yeah, one thing I wanted to show you guys, it was really weird. We have these... I'll come in here and I'll show you, and then this will... Maybe this will be where we end, because what did we say we wanted to do? I built down into the basement, but we're going to flesh that out later and mostly off camera. We got our dyed bees. We got our other bees hooked up to the system just before the episode, and we started working on grout for our smelteries. If we look at these right here, furtive comb, okay? Furtive comb. Now, this is something, it's really interesting. Yeah, it doesn't have a... recipe anything associated with it, and if you search for furtive combs, they don't exist. And if you even search for comb and then you scroll through here, you will not find a furtive comb in here, because I was just trying to like look through and see like, oh, what are these things useful for? And if you hit U, it does show you what they turn into, which is beeswax, honeydew, and propolis. Normal stuff. But why doesn't it have an NEI entry? It blows my mind. And then you come down here and then it's all the magic bees and the color bees. So it's like they don't exist as far as NEI is concerned. It's blowing my mind. And then there's these bees, which are Pam's Harvest Craft. They have nothing to do with the other bees that I'm so used to and that I love and play with often. But we may want to get them at some point later on, because another thing that we're going to probably want to set up, especially now that we know we have this stuff, is we'll set up a restaurant that's all bee powered. So we'll have... remember how we talked about having our spa over here originally, and then I turned it into the pig pen? We're gonna still do our spa that I talked about. Now, maybe that'll kind of come off like this away. Maybe that'll be what this gets replaced with, is the day spa. But with that spa, we could have like a little bee cafe. How cool would that be? You have all like milk and everything, because we have all the different kinds of bees. They can produce pretty much everything. If we have bees producing all the different foods and then have it automatically being made through crafting benches and stuff in order to produce all the different types of food, how great would that be? So yeah. Anyway, well, I guess, the last thing I should look into, just so that we know what we're looking at in the future, is these elevator blocks. I don't know anything about these elevator blocks. Wool around ender pearls. Oh, that's so simple. That is so simple. Is that really all that it is? Elevator, elevator. What's the difference? Nothing, 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 nothing. These ones require iron. They are rotating elevator. I'm going to have to mess around with these a little bit, but that's pretty simple. Once we have more ender pearls going on, which are we generating? I remember I had to kill some things in order to get... Yeah, we're not generating them yet, but... I think we should be able to get those soonish. But once we do, then we can make some of those elevator blocks and figure out what we're going to do with this whole building. But yeah, I guess that's where we're going to end this episode, y'all. Apologies for not completing any of our tasks. It was mostly that we just started a whole bunch of tasks. But as always, I got to get going. So this building here is still a work in progress. I'll probably have most of it done by next time. And so hopefully y'all will enjoy that. But with all that, thank you all for watching. If you liked your style, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, and subscribe to the channel. My name has been Price, and I will see y'all next time.